You have to have both of them open at the same time. Alright. So we on? There we go.
Oh, we're on. There we go.
We're on, baby. Shit.
Live on TikTok.
Thank you.
All the
Thank
people
you,
are
man.
tuning in on here too now. Let's go.
There we go. Well, I wanted to get on and read the live chat. Damn. You got it? You good?
We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. We are live in your mom's house. Living room.
Let us in.
I'm dead.
Dang.
Man, we're already
We were into it deep, man. And look at how much time has gone by. It went by so goddamn fast. Yeah. 40 minutes. Fuck.
Go by really quick.
I'm gonna go live on stories right quick. Let everybody know.
There you go. Oh, we've got Marco. Come on in, buddy.
Oh wait.
I think I'm gonna put that right here.
Okay, yeah, we are live. Oh my god.
We're for sure live.
It's gonna be a late night, baby. All right, well, we finally got up. There's really nothing you can compare this to because we lost the footage. So we are 40 minutes late. Check the link in the story before this, guys. We had some technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on. We were using a new software, and I had another software open at the same time when I ended the last one. So thanks for being patient with us. We were down a really. I don't wonder where it saved it. You think it saved it to OBS?
It should have. Something like.
Okay, hopefully I can log in and find it, because goddamn, it was good.
See how much arranging.
All right, do your thing. So we're just getting started, guys. We're probably gonna go to 11 because of those technical difficulties. So we were down a really. I don't even remember what we were.
OT. Oh, I don't remember either.
Yeah, overtime, baby.
Overtime.
So make sure you click the link in the bio. We're live now. We got everything linked up. Thanks for joining us. All right, there we go. All right, so this is an In the Loop production. We're live in Midland, Texas. Take number 4 at Element 14, right off the loop in Garfield. We were talking about your early days.
Yep. When you first had me.
We were talking about when I first had you, where you were at the time. You were just a year and a half into shooting YouTube videos, but then you've also just revealed to us that the final visual to a series that I didn't know was happening.
Yes.
Is happening.
Yes.
How many is it? It's Drown.
So right now, our next release that we have, Marco, shout out Marco, he's in the building tonight. We have a line of music videos. We have Drown, we have Paradise, you have Maniac, you have Gone, you have Fading, and next month, and you're officially hearing it here first. Next month we have a new music video coming out. It's called Vulnerable.
Okay.
And Vulnerable is the final chapter to this long saga of a consistent storyline, this consistent narrative of a character you're introduced to in Drown. And if you watch it in that chronological order, you're following a narrative that is actually you know what? I'm not going to say it. There's a lot of theories as to what it's based on and what it's about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let the people figure it out.
I'm going to let the people figure it out, but I'm going to say it's roughly a dramatized true story.
Okay, I dig it.
So take it how you want it.
Let's go.
Take it how you want it, ladies.
Take it how you want it. Shout out to TikTok. We live down here.
Yes, sir.
You guys can see us.
Hello, everybody.
We attempted to go live earlier. Something happened.
I think we're at 4K or something like that. I can't really see that far.
I can't even see that far, man. I can barely.
We're gonna manifest.
Bring it to my face. No, just kidding.
Tap that like button at the bottom. Tap.
On top of that, real quick. Well, let me do the intro again. We talked about in our first interview. You're just getting into TikTok, and now you've gone viral on TikTok. You were an early YouTuber, which I said that it seemed like you were doing YouTube for 10 years because of how you were editing and how you were showing up. Again, we talked about briefly the algorithm picking up on quality content to push, which I felt, I'm going to say this was what part of my notes is, not that you were ahead of your time, but I felt like you were early. You were a pioneer, even though
in the space and area where we live in, like right now, like at the time, I was definitely one of the first and one of, and I at least like to think I was one of the biggest to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Which as an artist, can sometimes be maybe, let me ask you, or maybe make a statement, you can correct me, overwhelming, like, because you want to look for validation, I guess, amongst your peers. And when you're the only one doing it, you're like, am I wasting my time?
Well, see, at the time, whenever you had me on the podcast, I wasn't, yes, you had me on as an influencer, but at the time, you were
still just figuring it out?
Yeah, well, I hadn't posted a video in forever, but I was classified as an influencer. I was classified as a vlogger, as a YouTuber. But at the time, dude, like it had been so long since I posted a video. I was working out like a madman. I was single digit body fat. I remember getting over a breakup and watching Marvel movies and making short films and stuff like that. But I was at that time very I was plateauing. I was just coasting.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was in a place in my life where nothing was going wrong and nothing was going right.
Oh, I get you.
I was stable, but then, and I just want to list this off right here. But then, which is why this is special episode of In the Loop. You called me in. You had me on the podcast, and you got my foot in the door into the studio.
Got it.
Thus, sending this snowball effect. Because at the time, I even had like probably like less than 100 followers on TikTok.
Oh, wow!
I did not have nothing on TikTok.
Wow. I
even remember on the interview, on the first interview that you did with me, I even said at TikTok I haven't dove into it. I don't have faith in the app.
Yeah, I remember, man.
Now I have over 2 million views.
God,
collectively.
Damn. Nice.
I'm in the singer circle.
Okay.
There's a singer circle. All the singers, they all kind of are aware of each other.
That's cool, man.
It's pretty dope.
That's what I like about TikTok.
Yeah, there's a community in each niche, and I have nearly 20,000 followers, 17.2K to be exact.
Yep.
Shout out to everybody down there.
Shout out to everybody's watching.
Yeah. And then YouTube has just stayed at a constant. And on Instagram, I'm showing more love because I got to start making music, and music was always been on the table for me. I went to school for music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
At the time you met me, I was going to school for acting. Yep. And now it's all coming into play of building this career that I'm doing bigger and better than when you first met me. And it was never a thought.
That's wild, man.
So technically, you could say you discovered me. I'm just putting it out there. If it skyrockets enough.
No, well, that's perfect. I'll bite off of that or go off of that a bit because we didn't have it on the first 40 minutes. But you sent me a message to that a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, not hinting towards it, but mentioning that to me, and mentioning that if I had never invited you on, in a sense, or the fact that I invited you on is what catapulted a lot of things that happened you over the last 2.5 years. And I also said how over my lifetime, it's been very rare that anybody has ever done that, in the sense of just being human, man, and recognizing divine, just points in time about what, and one thing is, it was a validation to what I'm trying to do within the loop.
Yes.
That right there is In the Loop, what In the Loop is about. The fact that you came back and said, because you invited me on, whether it was I took it serious, more serious, or I met somebody, or I understood something a little bit more, allowed me to do this, and that. That's the point of In the Loop,
Yeah.
So I'm glad when I got that message, I was like, damn, this is dope. Because even as an artist, you wonder about your own craft. So of course I'm wondering about In the Loop and the validity of it and where it's going and why it exists and does it have merit,
I remember you were kind of MIA for a minute.
Yeah, I was.
That.
Yeah.
And then Moneyland Media, shout out to you, shout out to you guys out there. It's always showing love, and they're doing a cool thing, man. And I think it's kind of cool how y'all two had that little clash of reawakening this beast, and y'all, and they're just coming out of nowhere like a fucking bat out of hell.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And I really appreciate people like you guys who really recognize dreamers and artists and creators like us.
Yeah,
it's people like y'all who build a community, who make it better. And I don't know if you remember this from the first interview. I said in the loop and the space that we were in at the time, it was like a hub.
It was, man.
Y'all bringing that back.
It was a very beautiful time.
That was a very beautiful time. There's days where I miss it tremendously.
There's and it's still,
still on my
that was 2020, so it'd be 3 years this year. But it's still something I think back to often because I'm like, just naively wanting to go back in time and do better, whatever that means.
Yes.
Because we kind of have a glimpse of what happened, like you said, which is, what's interesting is I was like, Chris is the only one that I could probably talk about this with.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know why,
100%.
But as I was preparing for this, I'm like, I guarantee it's going to come up and it'll be the first time that I can kind of like really talk about it.
Yeah. Or talk to somebody who was there in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And I understand too, and I don't want to go into details. Like if you know,
If you know, you know
what, how that went down. But I do want to say that like that space was home.
Yeah, man. For a lot of people, I'll tell you that.
For a lot of people, and man, what a time that was.
It was.
Whenever you literally could not turn a corner in that place, and I remember even walking up there in the middle of the night, and I just see somebody's
there.
Do you remember? You know what? A funny story about this, just to kind of veer off, but
sure.
I was because at the time I was in the studio. I learned how to work the system. Do you remember that guy who went viral like in 2014 and 2015? The Jesus Christ. One time I was doing a session and this dude
was in there.
He walks in and he goes, Jesus. I'm not even kidding. He says it every time. It's like a tick. And that dude, he was with a group of friends and he does that all the time. He goes, because I love Jesus.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man.
That's funny, man.
That guy. He was a delight, but that's how that studio was. You didn't know what to expect. And JS Studios, I don't know if you know, they're still kicking.
No, I don't know.
They're still kicking, dude. They have it's a trailer now.
Okay.
And it's portable. Their main artist is Thomas Christian. Shout out to JS Studios and Thomas Christian.
Shout out.
Those are my boys. They're mobile now.
Okay.
So like Thomas will tell me like, yeah, we're going to Dallas. They'll load that up. They'll go.
That's easy.
Make a banger inside of Dallas. Come back and they'll still just get back to it. Those grind does not stop with them.
Yeah.
That's what I love that. I love how they're still kicking. I love how they're still doing their thing and they're doing it like bigger and better.
It was an explosion for sure, man. Like I think we could probably look back at time, even 5-10 years from now, and look at that time and be like, that's what produced that. Yeah, I really think so.
100%.
Like I think your story and the fact of being invited and then having a catalyst moment is one of many, I think.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, yes.
Which is what I think this season is too. Yeah. Because of this season, there's certain things that are happening. And I think even somebody else told me it made them, in a sense, want to show up a little bit more professionally type shit.
Yeah. Oh, no, most definitely. And for some people, especially for the first timers, people who this is their first interview, that's your first time you make an impression on an audience, And I mean, for me, I made content prior to that, so and especially when I was younger. So you see an evolution, like, and what's crazy, it's all on the same channel. I had
that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, there was one of your first videos. I was like, he looks so cute.
I know, right? And I was like,
how old is he?
What's going on? I was holding the damn camera all the way up here, looking up. Yeah, and I remember I was just so enthusiastic. And now you see these cold music videos talking about to God knows what,
Yeah.
So it's a shift.
Your evolution again. It was YouTube and then music because of that introduction, man.
Yes.
Which is one of the highlight points on here is, and then you got assigned,
yes,
quote unquote, right? And then you went through that, and then you drop some visuals, you drop some visualizers type shit, man.
Yes.
So talk about let's go back. Okay, cool. On the first episode, we got a little bit of your background. We heard about your dad being a police officer for 30 years.
Yes.
How that was for you. How
man, you'll never guess what he's doing now.
No, tell me weed.
You'll never. No. Whoa.
No, I was gonna say like he's got a weed business or something. No. That'd be the ultimate.
You know what his business is?
What?
He hopped on the bandwagon.
No.
Every trip we go to, every production
fire,
we have, he is right there. He's into lights, sound, pyrotechnics.
What?
Yes, and this dude, I don't know what happened to him.
Killing it.
Something, his inner pimp woke up in him. He wears sunglasses. This man, he could attest to this too. This man wears sunglasses at night. I don't know why. He drives. He's like the Blues Brothers. He drives at night with the fedora on.
Shut up.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
Oh, he's killing it.
That's where he is like in his life. Like
that's fire.
Every
man.
trip we have, and it's cool because he raised me on Elvis.
Okay.
And Elvis's dad was right there with him the whole time.
Oh,
so he's
man,
like,
that's cool.
Just
man.
like his dad was there, I'm gonna be right there with you, son. So
that's fire.
Shout out to my dad.
Yeah, shout out to dad, man.
Watching, he was texting me earlier, so
oh hell yeah,
he's seen it somewhere.
What was his? Seeing an interview and you being interviewed in this manner, and then seeing what happened post. What's been his feedback as a dad, man?
Obviously, there's a lot. So there's a lot of mixed emotions that happen to all of us. That, as I could say, like,
sure.
Whenever, the past 2 years, a lot has happened to all of us, and we all have mixed feelings about that. But his opinion on it is like, he's like, you know what? He's like, this is going to be your story. We're like, now it's up to you. You just gotta do it yourself. He's like, and son, I'm behind you.
Hell yeah, man.
So that it's cool. He's a supportive parent. I know a lot of, even Marco was just telling me the other day, he's like, a lot of parents aren't like that, especially for like something like what you're doing. A lot of parents like, well, you need a plan B. He even said it to her. Are you right? You remember this conversation? He's like, I hate the thought of having a plan B. Because you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. Like, no.
You're giving yourself cushion.
Yeah, well, that's not like, I don't want to say, have a backup plan, guys, but don't make that your plan B. Don't have that in the back of your mind thinking, this is what I'm going to do if I don't do this. No, this is if I fail. Which, at the same time, though, don't manifest you failing. It's like do or die. If you die, that's where you're going to go. But you cannot die until you do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going full blown to the metal. Pedal to the metal, and I'm doing it just all on my own, trying to do it as best as I could, and that's what my father kind of like inflicted on me when he told me that.
I got you.
So
man.
that's his whole thoughts on the whole thing.
Yeah, it wasn't like a time to reevaluate or rethink about doing this. It was more like, well, let's put the gas on then, baby.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Yeah, I already went to school for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in my time being in a studio and being in that environment, meeting individuals who really taught me a lot, like Jeremy and just everybody else who was in there. Even Ashton, Spencer, Keela.
Yeah. I
even learned a lot from him as far as like being an artist.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people, and there's even some certain individuals who kind of, have come and gone, and have done some damage. It even hardened me up, and now I could say right now I'm starting to become into my prime.
Oh, I see you.
And I think that's what people can take with any sort of hardship or any sort of falling out, or even any sort of like turn of life, where even if it's like a positive turn of life, as long as you learn, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do what I do today if it weren't for those people that I've encountered, or the people who I still surround myself with to this day.
Yeah, I mean, I also could see it being a time where almost people could give up, because it was what's not spoken of, and what hasn't been spoken of, I guess, is like the momentum that everybody was experiencing, and it's very hard to pick that back up and duplicate it.
Well, it's not even the momentum. It's like, and this is how I look at it too. I was just talking to my friend Thomas about it the other day too. Again, Thomas Christian.
Yeah.
I was telling him, like, look at us, because he's finding success. Him and Jeremy are finding success, and so are me and Marco too. Like, we're making banger videos. I'm getting like a lot of attention, a lot of streams. I told him, how lucky are we to not only be doing what we're doing, but to keep our head above water. Because like, if you look over the time, as time has passed, look at how people have either changed, have either stopped, or who are just flat out gone.
No, for real, man.
You know, and it's I tell them, like, it's a blessing, and it is something that should be like notable about us, that we still have that love, that passion, and that drive to achieve our dreams. Don't give up on your dreams, ladies and gentlemen. That's the point of that.
No, I think so. No, well, yeah, you make a good point in the sense of hardships are part of the journey. And even we see it on a large scale, like with the notable no jumper right now and all the shit that they're going through and everything. It's like,
I saw that. I haven't heard any details.
Oh man, it's nuts right now.
It's a mess.
It's a mess, but it's also a blessing. Like, you can't. It had to happen.
Yeah.
You know, you hate to
One
say
of those
that.
Situations.
Yeah, man. Like,
yeah.
One thing is, I hope to recreate it at some point. You know,
that space where.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I feel like I said, I feel like you
like, nobody has to die about what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something that we could be like, fuck it, man, let's keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, that's exactly me and Thomas's mentality.
Yeah.
You know, just because of the actions of other individuals, or what other people have decided to do. You know, they made their choice. They decided to move that certain way. Doesn't mean we do. That doesn't mean we have to give up. Doesn't mean we have to stop. And that's actually the mentality I did. Like, over the past 2 years, I most definitely had to pick myself back up from setback after setback after setback, and it got to the point to where, you know what, like, nobody's gonna do it but you. Nobody's gonna pick. What does Batman say? Master Wayne, why do we fall? to pick ourselves.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's a very real,
oh no, I love that,
very
man.
Real quote.
No, for sure.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of Batman quotes that I like.
That's a lot of the past 2 years have been like for me since we have last spoken.
Got it.
There's definitely been a lot of lessons learned, and I could say that wholeheartedly. A lot of people who have come and gone, and I feel like, you know, whatever you believe in, God, the universe, or fate, or pure luck, I feel like a lot of people have shown the true colors coming in and out in life. But what matters most is that I stay true to myself, the art, and my passion.
Yeah, for sure,
and,
man.
And even me standing here right now saying that, my numbers, my the work I produce too, the people I have around myself, I'm sure it speaks for itself.
Yeah,
I prevail.
Hell yeah, it does, man.
Yeah.
Again, the YouTube was just a preview. Like, again, you're only, how old are you today now?
How do I look? Let me ask you that. I've been having to ask people a lot of this question. How do I look?
Like 25, 28.
Yeah, I'm 23.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, somebody told me I looked like I was 31 the other day.
I
was like, wow. I was like, cool, I guess, you know.
But yeah. I mean, being 23, you still have a lot to grow through. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think this is of course, this isn't your final version.
Oh, no, yeah. My final form. You watch Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like, there's still stuff that you're growing through, you know. So which is what I feel like the last 2 years was for a lot of people. Like, you were either gonna transmute all of that shit that happened and create gold, or you were gonna drown in misery or something, you know.
Yeah, I've been through both.
I've been through both. No, yeah, exactly.
Past 2 years,
sometimes
I experienced both. Yeah,
yeah.
But like I said again, it's up to you if you want to stay down, if you want to pick yourself back up.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Look
and here we are, baby.
Look at me, world.
God damn it.
If you're joining us right now, I'm doing it for you. If you're joining us right now, this is In the Loop podcast.
We in the loop, baby.
My name is Chris Aguilar, and thank you for having me. Did I do good?
You did really well, man. So you got into the space with music. Were you nervous?
No. Okay. I wasn't nervous, but I was insecure. And
okay.
I'll tell you why, and this is interesting, and this is why I really have you to thank, and I also have Jeremy to thank if you're watching this. At the time, and you remember, you were right there, right next to me. I walked in right after the podcast, and I remember saying, and you were right there. I remember saying, like, "Hey, I sing too," and he was like, "Oh, well, you should come and record." And I told him I don't know how to write, and he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll help you write." Well, like, what will I sing on? Like, I don't need to make my own beats. He goes, you can find a beat, or I'll make one for you. He's like, let's work. So then that was the first step in that direction. But then again, I was still a dog tucking my tail in between my legs because again, I didn't know what to write about. And this is and I'll go into this with you because it's actually a cool story. I love talking about this story too. This is my first taste of the music game, the music scene, about being a musician. I walk in the studio one day, and again, like I told you, when you and me first met, I was going through a little bit of a rough breakup, a little rough patch, right? And at the time, you know, you saw me when I walked in, my little entourage. I had my party friends. Everybody, when you're either 18 or 21 in that lifespan of your life, you have that group of friends where y'all just do nothing but drink your lives away. You go out every night, have wild memories. I was in that stage in my life, but I was also like, you know, in the back of my head, I was still going through the motions. Now, when I was going through those motions, and I was making this song, I told Jeremy, like, I want to write a song about how I'm feeling. So I told him, like, I feel like this girl that I'm, I'm kind of like, upset about. I was just sitting back then. I was crying over her. I was like, I'm not okay and this and that. I love you. I miss you, blah, blah, blah. Come back. And it's like, she doesn't care. It's like if she's, on land and I'm in water and I'm drowning and she's just watching me drown. So then that's when he made the beat. And then he's like, "Will you rather watch me drown?"
Damn.
And that's how Drown came to be.
No way, man.
How Drown came to be. And like I said,
that's a hit.
I was in that, dude, that song's hard.
That shit's hard as fuck, man.
That song's hard. And
truly.
And that's how the beginning of the song, I can never sleep at night, but I never sleep alone. Ever since you've been gone, I need someone to hold. At the time I was going out, I was having a good time. I was meeting new people.
Yeah.
And that's where that lyric came about.
Damn.
Aguilar liked how it sounded. This is where it gets crazy.
Okay.
That's how it came about. Jeremy was working on the beat again. Like, I was a new guy of the studio. I was a kid they're taking a chance on. But I could sing. That was one thing that I knew for sure, and I was not insecure about. I could carry a tune. I could sing circles. So he walks in the studio. Here's my chorus, right? Here's the sound. He's like, I like how it sounds. Walks in, busts a flow, and then like took a couple hours later, I walk in. Jeremy's like, hear this, listen to this, and that's where I heard the first cut about it, right?
Damn.
So I was like, oh, cool. I was like, keep that. Song is good. Song is done. And then I get a call probably 2 nights later. Hey, Aguilar had this idea. Long story short, we're going to Dallas tonight at 7 p.m. This is at 2. Baby. Yeah, he's like, we're leaving to go to Dallas. We already have an Airbnb, which is the mansion you see in the music video. We're spending the whole weekend there. We're shooting this music video. I told him the vision, like, man, when I hear this, because I was in my little like short film era. When I hear this, I think of a Bonnie and Clyde story of a man, coming. And if you watch the music video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I see like a Bonnie and Clyde, like killing this guy, taking his riches or grabbing the money and running away together, and this guy gets fucked over because the girl wants to go with another dude. And which can relate to a given situation that I was in.
Got it.
To a little bit of too elaborating, but that's basically the premises of that music video. And just 2 days later, we were in Dallas inside of a nice ass house, living it up.
That's fire, man.
Shooting it, and that it happened so fast, and the song blew up in our face. And that was my first song, 17K.
I was gonna say, man, that was one of the
yep. That was what kind of put me on the map, and
it's a really good song.
Yeah, everybody liked it. I was surprised. I was really surprised.
I was re-listening to it again today, and I'm just like, damn, this is good. Mm-hmm. The visual is fucking good, man.
Yeah.
It's just, so you're 23. So you didn't grow up on MTV?
Define MTV.
Well,
music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, early MTV.
No, my MTV was Jersey Shore.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculousness. So,
from my perspective, a visual and a song like that, I only heard on MTV.
Really? That's a compliment. Thank you for that.
Well, that's what I feel about a lot of you guys out here, because it was like with Mix, the producer that was just in here. Even with you now, like with that song and things like that, I'm like, I wish that I could do more to show like what I see.
Yeah.
Because those visuals, again, a visual of that caliber was only previewed on MTV.
Really?
So to see it on this level with somebody that I know, with people in the same city, I'm like, that shit's fucking like.
That's West Texas for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
this place is a little corner of the room. If Texas was a room, this is our little corner of the room where you're gonna find gold. Like there's talented people out here.
So like even if anybody's doubting the level of the quality of artists out here, when I watch Drown or Paradise, I'm like, there's no denying.
Yeah.
You know, like even with your YouTube, when you're running your YouTube and stuff like that, like the level that you guys are showing up is what I'm getting to. Is like, it's a level that like, the only thing that I can do is in the loop to show, you know, appreciation and for what I notice. I'm like, damn, these guys are fucking killing it. Like, I feel like you guys could definitely go head to head with anybody in LA. Or Atlanta.
We're working on that.
Yeah, you're
We're working on that. I'm not gonna.
If they showed up, you would go hard.
I'm not gonna go into details. I've got a few emails or a few calls, but we're working on that. You know.
So, what was it like to get signed?
So
the process, the recognition, you know.
When I got signed, first and foremost,
it was as a music artist, correct?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Most definitely. It was a prolonged process.
Okay.
But I was patient. Like I said, when I was
like constant conversations, like an open conversation.
Yeah, like we're gonna we'll sign you. The time will be right when we sign you. The time will be right when we sign you. I didn't care. You know, I was like, you know what? I'm just
happy doing what you. Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. You know, and like I said, I was learning in the background. I was noticing how the other artists moved, how like I said, Jeremy again. I learned so much from him. I would look over his shoulder while he was making my vocal chain, while he was mixing and mastering, while he was working the DAW, because I use Cubase.
Oh, okay.
So like but again, Cubase is kind of like up my alley. It was made in this. It was something they used back in like the 80s and 70s, I believe.
Okay.
And it's something I'm familiar with. The program is very much so like Premiere Pro, like how I operate on my videos. Point blank being is that just by working with him, I learned a lot. So I didn't care, like if I was signing.
No, exactly.
I was getting work done. I was doing what I love. I was surrounded by people. Even the trips and the gatherings that we do when we go to Dallas, San Antonio, Puerto Rico.
I was about to say I went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that was a cool trip. Like it was a time to be alive. That's for sure. It was a time to be alive. But that's why I didn't care to get signed. Like I didn't care if I got signed tomorrow or if I got signed a year ago. I was just there to work. I was there to, you know, create. And at the time when I was it
was a dream scenario for sure.
It really was. You know, I'm gonna tell my kids about that someday.
Nah, definitely, man.
Because it's something you don't hear about it at all.
Hell no.
But whenever I was there, I was just waiting, and it was cool. Like, you know, I was learning as I was going. Then it was like, hey, we're having a signing day coming up. It's your turn. So then I remember like we got signed. People were like, you know, congratulating me. Oh, congratulations, you got signed. And I didn't really think it was it was already home to me. So it wasn't nothing. I was like, I've been signed technically, but like I didn't care. I was still around the same people and still at a place where I was very familiar with, in a position that I really loved to be in. So I just, again, it was just like let's get down to work, you know. I just made a commitment to, and they were so, when I was signing with them too, this doesn't happen a lot. Again, it was just a local label. So,
yeah,
you know, major labels in the industry works very differently. They're very stern, and, you know, you don't get to negotiate as well as these people did. So I got to negotiate, and like that contract remained until the studio shut down. And then, you know, I kind of just, you know, there's no studio, there's no contract. Oh, well, again, I was in that place where I'm like, well, I got to do it myself.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. And then that's another thing I wanted to say too, which is kind of more of like an inspirational point I wanted to make. I've been independent and doing music since October of 2022. Yeah, October, November, December.
6 months.
Yeah, damn near.
Yeah.
Collectively, that's where I've gained over 500,000 streams.
Damn.
Collectively, that's where I've had all my visuals, where we've gone out of town nonstop, month by month, shot till 4 a.m. till all hours of the night, till we can't even like function no more. Like we had to call it.
Yeah, because you hadn't really done a visual either In a sense, over the last 2 years, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
And then last 2 years,
you dropped a few.
Last 2 years I was busy. Last 2 years I was in love.
Doing your thing, man.
Yeah, you know how it goes. That's another story.
I got you, man.
Yeah. So whenever
that was one of my questions, like, do you have a girlfriend now? Because that was my question back then.
That's a. You know what? I'll say this. I am in a position in my life right now where I'm gonna start off with saying I'm single. You know? Single, ready, mingle. I know, I'm just kidding, but
you stupid.
But I'm very much so in a position in my life right now where I'm having fun. I'm in love with my craft. I'm very into loving myself, building myself. But I'm a hopeless romantic, and
okay. Well, your songs.
You know, you kind of
pick up on it,
yeah. And I've had my fair share of experiences as well too, and it's just something that's gonna come at least eventually. So,
are you on the Andrew Tate train?
The one that I do a great agitate that like what color is your Bugatti? Say no to women. That is haram.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. Holy shit!
Oh man, and when I'm at the dinner table, boy, I bust out with those
funny,
shades
man.
and stuff. But no, I'm not. Like, I'm very much so. Like I said,
are you traditional patriarchal hierarchy?
I'm like that. Man. I'm like that guy. Like if I see you across the room, like I'm just. No, but yeah, like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic and stuff like that. And I've been traveling.
Okay.
I've been meeting people. You know, I've been getting to meet different women and stuff like that.
Outside of the 432?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of for sure. And even here too. But I haven't had a weekend here since February.
Damn.
I've been everywhere, and I mean, there's a lot of beautiful women out there too. So like,
yes, there is.
Yeah. So like, all kudos to like 42. Like y'all got some lookers in here too. You know, I'm not gonna lie. My hometown, we do it good, but I've saw how big the world is too.
Yeah.
So I'm always, just traveling, and I just see that, I experience that, and.
Yeah, trying not to get locked in by chance.
Don't say that. Just kidding. Don't say that.
Hey man, so the last conversation we had, you were gonna fly up to New York and do auditions. You had an agent. Like, how's that side going for you, man?
I took a break from it.
Okay.
It was very rough for two reasons. For one, it's very, 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 very rough in that business at the time given due to COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason to go fly up there anymore, due to the fact of they all ask for tapes. You have to do it on iPhone. You have to film it, send it in, and that kind of hurts an actor. Like okay, so if you're a great actor, you can do it on a tape and you can get a part.
Yeah, that's
but as an actor, especially as a starting out one, you want to make an impression. Most of my callbacks. Any actors, if y'all are watching, I don't know if there's any actors in here. If y'all are watching, take this advice. If it's a Broadway, I'll sing to you and I'll look you in the eyes. If it's acting, I'll look you in the eyes and make you feel my emotion as a casting director.
Got it.
Because why? Because you as a viewer are looking through that, and if you can feel that in the room, then the camera lens is gonna pick that up.
Sure.
As an iPhone. It's like
that's true.
It's kind of hard to pick up on that. But again, if you're that skilled of an actor, great. So that was the first one. It was really the business got a little bit more difficult and complicated. Secondly, I enrolled in school at the New York Film Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little taste of that because I was there through a summer course.
Oh hell yeah!
Prior to you and me meeting.
Okay.
And then after that, I was actually enrolled for a student, and I went for a whole year. Thus produced Paradise. I don't know if you know that too. Paradise, the music video, was the reason why it's a short film is because, for one, I wanted to make a long format music video. I wanted to kind of top the Drown.
Okay.
I wanted to make something bigger and better because that's your first music video. You don't want to half-ass it with an okay second music video. So we had to do it bigger and better. Now, I was in film school at the same time. And they're like, well, we need one of your school projects. Your end of the year project is a short film. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna kill two birds in one stone.
Oh yeah.
I'm making a music video into. You know how much shit I got from my teacher and from my peers and my students. They're like, "Wow, did you really make a music video for your show? It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like you passed the
Great
class.
marketing.
Yeah, I know. Right? I'm like, y'all check me out on Spotify.
Subscribe.
Yeah, no, for real. But it was a great excuse to really up the production on the music video for myself.
Yeah,
but it was also a great excuse to really, again, a great excuse to just make a short film out of it and not just a music video. And that right there, to this day, I still have yet to see somebody do I mean, not to talk shit about everybody else's work as a music video.
No, I know. I still. Well, you just have a different eye too.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy doing that. I just remember like those were all nighters. That one shot at the end, that was like the one that's at the crack of dawn.
Mm-hmm.
That shot right there.
That was like a real shot at the crack of dawn.
Yes, the night prior to that, we started at 5 p.m. and shot all the way through from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. That was our work day, and we were always consistently rolling. And me and Marco had that day not too long ago. This vulnerable, this past music video too. It's very similar to all the music videos too, especially with Paradise with the schedule we were on.
Okay,
we wouldn't. What time? We wouldn't go to bed till like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Damn.
While we were working till like 8 to 5 to 6 in the morning. That's a long night, you know. But it's cool because he's doing what he loves to do. I'm doing what I love to do. And
yeah, it's not like a long night of drinking.
Yeah. Oh no, I even love to do that too. I told myself my New Year's resolution was to quit drinking, but I'm not a quitter, so I'm still at it.
Bring another one.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Can we have another? Oh no, we don't have cup service.
Oh,
do we have a PA
right there? You can order from.
Oh, we can order from that.
That little. Yeah,
we're live. Can you order me one, Marco?
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, his phone. Yeah.
Can you order me one? I'm live right here.
Yeah,
no, but where was I going with that? Yeah, at the time when I was in acting, you couldn't. And if you go to school, it's harder for you to be an actor and attend auditions. While most acting schools will not let you be in an acting. Well, have an agent.
Okay.
Because the way they work and the way I got my agent was funny story. I was a music major here at OC. I was a vocalist. I highly doubt he's watching right now, or if he even remembers me. But Mr. Corman, if you're watching me right now, thank you for that. We were doing. There's a video online of me doing the James Brown splits.
Okay.
Yes, I was in a musical and I'd sing opera, and there was a time where I sang a soul song. I did the splits and stuff.
How old were you?
At the time, I was 19.
Oh, okay.
I was 19. I can still do them. I don't know if that's what you wonder. Boy, if you give me enough Rumpelman shots at the club, if you take me to Red Zone and you give me 4, boy, I will bust down like nothing.
Oh, my God.
No, for real, though. I was doing like a musical, and he had a friend, a very well-known friend, who represented the Jonas Brothers when they were starting out, and other people who are consistently working in the industry. And I at the beginning of meeting him and being in school, I told him, this is what I want to do. And he's like, you know what? Well, it's my job as your teacher and as your mentor to help you with that. So at the end of the year, they put on a show, and he's like, and this is how major schools work. You know, us being that's the college, we don't do this, but I'm going to help you out with it because I've been there. He invited his agent friend. She saw how I performed. She liked it. She signed me on the spot. And that's what all major schools do. So since I got back into school, we had to part ways, and which is fine. Because now looking back at it, and she told me too, if you go to New York or if you move to LA, give me a call. Like, we'll get you back on. But like, if you're going to be in Odessa, or if you're going to be in Texas, or if you're going to take up this music thing, we respect it. Just know you have a place here.
Okay.
So like, it's cool. I can always go back to it. I want to do it. I feel like if the music thing pops up, I can, go back to that, and vice versa. If I want to go back to acting, I feel like I've had that past in music. We can always implement that. There's a two-way lane. You can always. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you see a lot of artists move into the acting scene. Yes. The Weeknd, with The Idol. Have you seen that? No, I haven't seen it. So Euphoria, you know how there's Euphoria? Same creators are collaborating with The Weeknd and EXO and all these other people. Oh, shit. And they're making a story about how toxic Hollywood is. It's going to be a hit. That's going to... So like a series? It's a series. A series? Okay. It's going to be very, very, very similar to Euphoria. just a different story matter and characters and stuff.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. But
yeah, that's got to be what's I not to say feels safe or secure, but to know that you have an open door there, man.
Oh yes.
Again, because
it's a blessing.
You didn't get there by chance.
Mm-hmm.
It may be the moment may be by chance, but your hard work is what they recognized.
Yes. Yeah, they could have said, "Oh, okay, you're good. Keep working on it, kid." Yeah, and I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful for that. And I mean, that I will go back to it. Like I was getting callbacks for Fast and Furious 9, for Selena, the Netflix series.
Okay.
I don't know if I should. Nah, they're released. I can talk about it.
Yeah, man, talk about it.
Fast and Furious 9, Orange is the New Black, Selena, the Netflix series. Orange is the New Black. Did I say that?
I said that.
Oh, sorry, Riverdale.
For acting.
Yeah, acting.
Okay.
Yeah. Riverdale. I remember I was supposed to play young Hiram inside of the Hollow. All you Riverdale people who watch, I was. This is stupid. I sound ridiculous saying it out loud. I was called back to play young Hiram Lodge inside of the Halloween episode where they go back in time and it's the parents playing, as the teenagers. You know who I was up against? Do you know who I was up against? You know how stupid this is? Thank you for asking. The actor, his fucking son. Why would you hold an auditioning process? I know. I was like, I get that. I think, and also too,
wait, were these virtual auditions? Meaning you sent something in, or did you have to do in-person auditions for any of these?
Selena, Fast and Furious was over virtual.
Okay.
Orange is the New Black was in person. Hamilton, the musical. You know Hamilton?
No, I don't know.
You don't know Hamilton?
I don't know Hamilton.
Dude, you need to watch it.
Under a rock?
If you like music, it's a musical and they rap.
Well, I've heard of it. Oh, okay.
Yes, it is bad. It's about Alexander Hamilton and it is rap. It is fire.
Okay.
It is worth every minute. I highly recommend it.
So was this going to be on TV? Or was it an actual musical?
That was going to be in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I was going to be in Chicago.
Oh, that's fire, man.
Yeah. And again, this is all before music. So like Paradise and Drown and all that stuff. If this would have worked out, you would have never gotten none of that side of Chris Aguilar.
Damn.
So,
yeah, definitely.
So like it's kind of like I'm not mad about it, but
for sure.
Yeah, I did Hamilton too. I was trying out for I was gonna do Cats. You know Cats the musical. The Cats. Yeah, whatever. But Nemo the musical too.
Okay.
Different side. I think, and this is one I don't know if it's I didn't see the director, but I know it was a biopic for Elvis. Yeah.
Bro,
and I don't know if this was the past pick that they just released. Yeah. Because it was like, again, this was like 2018 and they cast 5 years in advance for a feature film.
Damn.
So could have been that one. And I don't know. I need to look back on my emails, but I don't want to say I was or not. It's kind of stupid if I was, but I think I was auditioning against Austin Butler.
Damn.
But again, this is first round. I didn't call back for that, but I got the chance. I got called up for that, so that was an accomplishment for myself.
So what do you think made you, in a sense, because that was going on before the music, in a sense, choose music?
Talent has always been something that I've always relied on all my life.
Okay.
I still remember, in terms of music, I still remember singing on the back of my dad's pickup truck, playing with a little Elmo guitar when I was 2 years old, thinking I was a rock star. I also remember playing pretend, like I was Battle Los Angeles, shooting my little Nerf guns at the sky at nothing, wasting these foam bullets, pretending like I was in that moment and I was acting.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I loved cinema at the same time too. I loved these artists and watching the documentaries and seeing them go through that life. I wanted that lifestyle. It's always been something I've always been keen to, where I kind of deciphered the difference between that is you can learn acting if you really want to try hard enough. So there's some people who who can't, just physically cannot. They're stiff. They can't act or anything like that. You good?
Yeah, no. My camera overheated, bro.
Oh shit.
Oh man, it's because this is a hot conversation.
It is
bro.
a hot conversation.
Fire, baby.
Sorry. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Acting. If you really tried hard enough, and I'm not trying to put actors down. If you really want to try hard enough, you can probably learn acting. It's something that can be very taught. It's a skill that you can really hone in on. You can perfect that craft. For singing, I feel like it is a lot of people who you're born with that talent.
I got it.
And I've been always good at singing. I've been singing since I was in junior high, and I've been,
it's a real thing, man. Really One thing that I feel I haven't, I'll just say I haven't, maybe because I haven't heard a vast array of conversations in the space about it, but one thing that I don't see really talked about as a music artist that, from a consumer standpoint, has them stand out is a person's voice.
Yeah.
You could have the bars, you can maybe even have the swag, but your voice is an instrument, and it's something that's apparent today.
Yes, very much.
Because I see people who don't have the voice.
I've seen
and
people
it's like,
also.
Damn, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. I've also seen people who sound amazing, but the words just don't. Or they overdo it.
Yeah.
There's such thing as being too good.
That's true.
There's such thing. Like I've heard some people just overdo a song, and they ruin the song.
Damn,
you did, like, why'd you go that high? I didn't even understand the word you said, or you did that many runs too.
Yeah.
If you get lost in the moment, you can literally kill a song. And I felt that too.
Yeah. Well, you see that on The Voice and American Idol a lot. Sometimes the critique is like, you did too much. Like, you was trying too hard.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's a real thing.
And it's a real thing. Yeah,
it's a very real thing. One thing that I do see though, inside of, especially in this space that we are in the independent, unsigned hype and upcoming artists, like especially here locally. I don't see that much singers, man.
No, you don't.
I would like to see a lot
males,
more especially males.
Yeah, especially males.
I see a few.
Even females, a few.
Yeah,
there's only a few.
But there's a lot of rappers. There's a lot of
There's
lyricists.
a shit ton of rappers.
Dude, there's a lot. I was like, honestly, in my opinion, I'm not trying to put down the game because everybody can do it. You can even be, 1 out of a million, and you can be great at what you do and not pop off, but your art and the way what you produce is fire. I do feel like it's an oversaturated. I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying this. I do feel like it's an oversaturated market, but at the same time, though, I love the culture. I love the art.
No, exactly.
I love how many people are in it and how many people just love to do it.
And there's no other way to sift other than people going out there and doing it.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like you, figuring yourself out. Some of these people, I was thinking about this earlier, was sometimes, because it feels like it may be happening, that the rapper space may be presented a certain way. So you may be drawn to music, but because the rapper space is so apparent, you lean towards that.
Yeah.
Because it's like the first thing,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It may be something else where you occupy the space. But it's like the first thing to do if I want to occupy the space.
Yeah. See, and in the space, if you'd say, like, for example, like, kind of, I was with a girl, on a little date at the time in San Antonio. And, I was there, and she's like, so what do you do and stuff like that? And I just told her, well, like what I do for work or what I do, like, in general. She's like, what do you do in general? Like, what is it about you that's, your thing? Well, I'm an artist. I sing. And automatically in her head, okay. Well, whatever. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, so I told her, I was like, no, like check it out. So, like, when we just, drove from, our date spot, I showed her my music, and she's like, "Oh, you're actually, like, legit.
Oh, you sing."
Yeah, and it's an impression, obviously, at first. Whenever you say you're an artist and stuff like that, like, a lot of people joke about it being like, oh, if you were an artist, all of a sudden you're a SoundCloud rapper and you're shitty.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that. Like, no, there's some respected people, out here. I felt like that was, especially, being independent. That was where I really wanted my stamp to be. My accomplishment is to really become a respected artist, but not as, like, in general as an artist, but as a male vocalist,
Yeah, I dig it.
I feel like it's again, I don't see nobody else really doing it like me, I know there is people out there doing it like that, but I know in my certain space, in the music I make and in the talent, in the time and work, because I do everything on my own, I don't see a lot of people doing it.
Well, between me and Moneyland Media, we're covering enough, and I don't see anybody else either.
Yeah, like in terms of like, and I mean like male tenor pop artists. You know, I think there's only one. I forgot his name. I wouldn't necessarily say he's like, you know, look, I haven't heard enough of his music, but I just remember seeing a clip of it. He's with that Big Boss Entertainment. That's like probably the only close.
Oh yeah, I don't know those guys.
Yeah, I haven't gotten too familiar with them either. But I remember him. He sounds like he's up there. And other than that, I want to say NASA and Aguilar. When I was at the studio with them, those are the only two other people I could kind of relate to as vocalists. But again, like I'm kind of going at it hard and stuff like that, really trying to make myself stand out. And I can't really see anybody I can relate to in that sense, in that space, you know?
Definitely. So when you said, you know, this was new to you, the music side of it, since then, have you taken any classes for music? Whether vocal classes or anything else? Like
Yeah. Okay. When I was in high school, I took a lot of vocal lessons.
Oh, okay.
And especially when I was in college, I took classes for vocal health. I took classes for vocal performance.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I always didn't sound like this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
There's a video somewhere out there. If you can find
hard
it.
Work.
Oh yeah, no. If you can find it, you know that song. What's it? Ooh da da do do do. You know that song? That old song. It's by Shy. It's called "If I Ever Fall in Love." You haven't heard that?
Oh yeah,
song?
no man.
Oh man. Okay, well, there's a song of little old Chris. He's 15 years old. He thinks he's a hot shit because he's tenor 1, and they finally didn't put him in tenor 2, and he's in a little quartet. He had a solo. It was a high note, and it was a cat dying. It was the worst thing in the world. It is embarrassing. You can find it somewhere though.
No way, man.
Yeah.
Well, you can hit a note now.
I can definitely hit a note now. Oh yeah, I sound way better, especially now.
Dude.
And now I've what's the word for it? Now I'm very much so consistent with my sound, because there's times where I used to do a performance and my voice was shot by the end of it. I didn't have no voice. I talk like this, like, you know, by the time I'm done, like a smoker.
Oh yeah.
Now, like just now, I just did a show
because of the way you were doing it.
Yes,
got it.
And now, like that, I readjusted. I also kind of like put in what I've learned in like articulation and vocal performance. I put in what I learned into practice, into play for my performances, especially in more recent days when I actually started getting gigs such as like the LUX and stuff. Mm-hmm. I started implementing a lot of those techniques, and now I could do like what I just did last weekend and do a 3-night show.
So you don't like overexert yourself or something.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah. Like for example, there's a one high note that I would do all the fucking every night, and before then that was like the note where I just like voice is done here. You have one more song to go. And
wow, okay.
Now I could just do it night.
Is that something that was taught to you, or you learned it, or what? Or you had to become aware of?
Something that was taught to me, and then something I had to kind of like relearn in terms for the certain song.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something that definitely was useful. So again, thank you, Mr. Corman, if you're watching.
I was about to say, yeah, man, because that could make or break a performance night, like at the LUX. How many songs did you do at the LUX?
At this 14.
God damn! I thought it was like 4
continuously.
Damn,
that's an hour. It's an hour long. Yeah, and
that was a performance,
dude. That was a night. That Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Oh hell yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah, we that night was my first solo show that I did like on my own. Because before that, I was either with a group or somebody was putting it on for me. Yeah. But
which you've done a few.
I've done a few.
It's not. Yeah. It wasn't your first.
No. It definitely wasn't my first. Like I've done some in high school where I was with the little. I don't know if you've heard of Permian High School. Kind of a big deal. No.
No, I've never heard of it.
What is that?
Never heard about it.
Well, over there at Permian, we have this elite singing group called Black Magic.
Okay.
And
this is what you mentioned the first time.
Yeah. So I was in that little group whenever little Chris.
No, but even after 2020, after our first interview, you did some shows, didn't you?
Yeah, after and before that. But I've learned about how to put on a show since back then. Okay. But here recently, as an artist, I did probably, I can count on my fingers actually. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 shows prior to my LUX show.
Oh shit, yeah. So,
and again, all of those were either guest performances, they were with a group, or they were a show that was my show, and they had somebody throw it on for me, and I had backup singers. This show that I just recently did at the LUX Lounge. By the way, shout out LUX Lounge, Jay, if you're watching this.
Yeah, that shit looked fire, man.
Yeah,
we should do a few of them.
It was the first music performance. Oh, we'll get to that. That was the first musical performance they've ever had.
Oh, hell yeah!
It was Friday night. They even built a stage that same week.
No way.
Yeah,
it looked clean.
Thank God. Yes, it was very good. It was very well put together. We brought in the lighting too, and I remember I pushed it very heavily. Facebook ads. I'm just gonna put this out there for all you musicians. I'm putting you on game.
Let's go.
If you're watching this, you're part of the 1% of the world. Just kidding. But Facebook ads work tremendously. That's what I utilized to get a lot of people. That was a secret. So if you're watching this right now, I'm putting
for the LUX performance.
LUX.
Oh hell yeah!
That is how I hit capacity 30 minutes prior to that. That is how we had a full house and
selling tickets.
We did not sell tickets.
Okay, but you used it as promotion.
Yeah, it was purely for exposure, and it worked. It worked. I have a lot of people. I have a lot of local people here who support me tremendously.
Yeah, you do, man.
And it's a big blessing. And I really do believe that it has a lot to do with the LUX. And with that show, it had a lot to do with that. And but I remember that night, the owner, after I got off the stage, I talked to him, and he was like, "Dude, like 30 minutes before we even showed up, we were over capacity. Like we were not turning ahead away. We were over capacity." And mid show, there was a line that went around the corner.
Damn.
Now I don't know how true that was because I was in the moment, but then again, like it was around the corner. And that show as well too, just behind the scenes, I had a sound engineer, a live sound engineer there with us, and this man, he's a genius, a genius. His name is Matthew.
Okay.
Matthew, if you're watching this, again, I doubt you're not, but it's okay because I'm gonna send you this clip, and you're gonna
watch it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna clip this. He has worked with people in Houston. I think he helped artists such as like Miranda Lambert and Kanye West.
Okay.
In terms of sound and live production.
Okay.
So I was fortunate enough to have him on board, and he's.
Was he the guy wearing your shirt?
No, that was my father.
Oh, okay.
That was my father wearing the OG Chris Aguilar shirt.
Yeah.
That was my father.
Yeah, man.
No, he was in the crowd, and he had an iPad, and he was doing all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Tap delays and stuff.
Yeah, whatever he does.
Genius.
Yeah,
He's a genius. But we had him on board. My dad was manning the vocal chains and stuff like that. So there's first layer of vocal chain, which was my dad was doing. We had Matthew walking around, controlling sound, doing all the other effects outside of the vocal chain. Then we had Medic as my band. You know, I love bands and stuff like that, but for an artist like me, I feel like a DJ is more so my style, just a little bit.
I gotcha.
And then lights were kind of just on random, and people showed up. It was such a good crowd. That was a beautiful night, and this is what I was getting to. There's plenty more to come because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you guys this summer we are going on tour.
Let's go.
We're going on tour. We're going month to month, every other week. Well, I guess you could say every 3 weeks, but every other week we are hitting major cities. We're hitting Lubbock. We're hitting San Antonio. We are hitting San Marcos. We already did Houston this past week. We were doing Dallas.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask about. Yeah, the Houston one.
Yeah, the Houston one.
Hell yeah,
that was there was so much love over there.
Yeah,
so much love.
Is this you reaching out to them? Like, who's doing the? Okay,
this is me reaching out to them. This is actually me going to these places
and saying,
sitting down, talking to the manager.
Yourself, dude, that's fire. Yes.
And it's cool because that's the business side. In the past 2 years of me being independent, that was a business side that I learned of. Okay. There's a lot of entrepreneurial aspects to being an independent artist that I feel like a lot of artists are don't implement into their art.
No, for sure. That's a very good point, man.
It is a very good point. Like I see so many people, and it's irking me because there's a lot of talent that if they just implemented the practices of promoting, of making content, of talking, like what I'm saying.
For sure, man.
Like doing all these stuff, making connections, even face to face, or going to these venues and doing a sales pitch of, if you let me perform here, this is what I'll do for you, or hell, I'll do this for you too, and this is what you'll get in return if you do this for me. Not directly like that, but if you make a proper sales pitch for them to give you that venue, it's very unorthodox, but as an independent starting out,
it could be the reason you stand out though too.
Yeah, no, it very much so is. And you know who put me on that game? Thomas Christensen. I know we have a lot of
He's been doing a lot
conversation.
For sure.
Oh no, he told me too. He was the one who was like, bro, get out there. He's like, go and like talk to these venue people, go and travel.
Well, especially here because there's not a lot of it going on.
There really isn't.
And with the way you guys are showing up online, it could almost be a no-brainer for them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with the kind of following and the practices and the notoriety. And I tell them this, I was like, fuck you. I said, like, you're a country artist. It's easy for you. I said, I'm a pop and R&B artist.
Easier,
like, what do you call Parker McCollum's gonna come here every year with the Zach Brown band. Like, you could open up for them anytime. I said,
for sure.
Who's gonna come here? Like, The Weeknd's not gonna come here, or fucking Drake, or Chris Brown, or whoever these other artists are for my genre.
So, did you get a piece of those ticket sales on the LUX, or what was that? If you don't, don't mind me asking,
it was free.
Okay,
it was free. They offered to pay. And I told him, like, my compensation is exposure.
I got it. Yeah,
my compensation. I tell every person that, and obviously, there was some business going on alongside of that, and and I'm always, I'll do business with them for a long time. They put me on, and it's a beautiful spot. They've always been good to me. Even the staff shows me love.
Oh yeah.
So we even hosted the Fading music video, the one we did with Clean Couture.
Oh, that was there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kaylin Couture.
I was wondering where it was held at.
Yeah, it was there. And that was cool too, because, and this is where I kind of saw the following, like that the feedback of following, like how much people were actually supporting me. If I had to put a percentage on it, it was probably like, because that first LUX show was like, full house. Like I said, it was a lot of people there. You couldn't even walk. This poor guy,
like 200,
this poor guy couldn't even walk. He had to like hold his camera up
man.
like that. It was a lot, and I was happy about that. But that night when I did just the music premiere, it was probably like 60% of that, and a lot of people were there because as soon as we shut down as soon as I did my premiere and I went out there, sang a song or two, we shut it down. It cleared out.
Yeah, they were just there for you.
Yeah,
that's fire, man.
Dude, and that means the world to me.
Hell yeah.
I love that, and I really appreciate people supporting me like that. So it was cool.
On that note, on that video Fading, do you know the only girl that didn't have an at was Daylin? I'm sorry, that was just a random.
I couldn't find that at. Yeah,
but I was like.
Oh my God, Kayla's gonna kill me.
I was like,
no comment.
What is that? Okay.
No comment.
I figured it would be random and out of the blue, so I was like, I'm gonna put
guard on that one, you motherfucker. We need a shot. Can we have a shot? No, that was something that that was something that that's another story. Right. That's a behind the scenes story. Yeah, we're not gonna talk.
Is it weird that I picked up on it?
You know what? And when you said it, I was like, I'm not surprised he did. He picked up on that. I'm surprised you asked about that. Yeah, that's another question.
As I was watching it, I don't know why it stood out. I was like, and I rewind and rewound or whatever. I was like, she's the only one that does it. I'm like, why does she have a at on there?
Couldn't find an at.
Or what?
Couldn't find an at. I'm surprised you picked up on that though.
Is he hiding her from us? Because at this point, man, it's I jokingly say, talk about that, but at this point, it's almost where the same girls are being, and it's fine, I'm not saying it in a degrading way or whatever, but are being previewed in the visuals.
What do you mean?
And a lot of the visuals that's going on in the 432.
Oh, okay.
And you used a lot of the same girls.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Well, we all can see. That's the funny thing about this. There's an entertainment industry.
There is
within the 432.
There is.
Yeah, like I can name a handful of people aside from artists, like models or actresses, or because I've done everything too. I've done commercials. I just got done with the commercial the other day, and I met some of the people who are involved with the same thing. I've done photo shoots of models. I've done runway. I've done other music videos. I've seen all forms of entertainment. There's these top notch people here, and I'd like to consider myself one of them just because I've done each and every different walk of that. You know what I'm saying? I've done the internet influencer.
Completely.
I've done the photography. I've done the acting, like in terms of commercials. What is else I was talking about? I've done the music too, and I've been all around that, and I've seen the handful of the same people, and I respect it because they're just doing the same thing that I'm doing. They're trying to make it too, and if they can make it here, then that's a stepping stone to go somewhere else bigger and bigger and bigger. You got to conquer your hometown before you can conquer the world.
Exactly. And there's different groups.
Yes.
So like I don't know if you ever heard of the Connect Network. Natalie Carlisle.
I'm familiar with that, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
She's got a syndicated TV show that she started out here a couple years ago. It was nothing.
Yeah, I remember
similar
hearing
to
about
this
that.
podcast. Now she's syndicated. It's got several locations, not only Texas, but and she's a little bit older, like in my age group.
Yeah.
So, and that's a whole nother space that's happening. So when you talk about the entertainment industry, even in that age group, it's going on. But
almost definitely.
You guys, I say 25 and under. There's a lot going on, man.
What's crazy? There might be a lot going on.
We need to herd you guys the right way.
I know. I feel like we need to have our
y'all
own,
just
like,
everywhere,
we
man.
need to have our own awards or something like that.
No,
you know
for
what
real,
I'm saying?
man.
Like the best model for this year.
And almost in a sense to give it more structure. Not to say that it needs it, but I feel like it's a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, provide more notoriety.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like this is. It's like the cattle that just got out, and I'm like trying to line things up, if that makes sense.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's why I like Moneyland Media for what they're doing too. Yeah. It's kind of like indirectly lining you guys up.
Yeah, you don't know who that guy is, huh?
No.
Yeah, he's remaining anonymous, huh?
He's remaining anonymous, or she's remaining anonymous. I don't know. They got feminine tendencies.
He or she.
I'm just kidding.
No, you know what? I came up with this brilliant idea.
Because I was arguing with them real quick. Yeah. Brilliant idea. Because I was arguing with them, and I was like, is this a girl? Because I feel bad if I'm arguing with them like this. I was talking shit.
Is it offensive if I call you like the B word? Because like if I throw that at you, are you gonna take it offensive like a guy or
am I gonna have to defend myself online?
Yeah, he
told me this.
Anyway. You're getting lit up after this one.
They said something about revealing themselves at 10,000 followers, and I was like, I'm just gonna pay somebody $1,000 to find out who you are.
You better put those $1,000 towards fake followers. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Man.
I really think I got up with this idea. I really think they should do what's their name? The hacker group. Have you seen them? Anonymous?
Yeah, Ananon or whatever.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what about them?
When they talk, they had that mask.
Oh, you think they should do that?
I think they should definitely do that. That would be cool video content for reels. You know what I'm saying? If they just
I can see that.
Moneyland, if you're listening to this right now, take this up right now. I'm telling you, that would be dope reels. Kind of like a what's that guy's name? Keemstar. Kind of like a Keemstar type of format. You know, there's a Keemstar,
No.
You haven't seen that?
That's like 3 today.
Dude.
Anyway, okay.
Well, if I think they could do a format like that, a live format where they're talking to a camera, have a mask on.
But masked.
Yeah, that could be great video reel format for them. But that's just a suggestion if you're watching.
Yeah, exactly. How they came up with Moneyland Media too, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
it's a good branding.
I like how they're more so like on the Instagram space and you're on the YouTube space.
No, exactly. Yeah, cool. It's like exactly.
I like that too. Y'all are kind of covering ground too. You're giving more outlets for people like us to kind of get exposure and showcase ourselves in our art.
No, for sure. They're filling the gap too that needed to be filled.
Oh, for sure.
Which for me, like, not that this is a burden, but it lessens what I'm trying to produce.
Yeah.
In a good way, meaning, oh yeah, you go ahead, run with that, because I'm not trying to run with that.
For sure.
But I knew that it was needed.
Yeah, I especially love when y'all do cross-platforming, like when they clip, like the other day, I think it was one of their first posts when you had said they pissed me off and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that shit was funny, and then they reclipped it.
They lit your ass up. They said, in the loop says we pissed them off. I was like, damn.
In a good way.
I was like, they did him like that?
Nah, for real. Which, you know what? Interestingly is we kind of need more of that.
Oh yeah.
Like we just need to have more fun.
Yeah.
Because going back to JS or whatever, we just need to have more fun.
Oh no, for sure. I feel like we all are doing that. In terms of because I've seen people beef really bad, but there's none of that poking fun beef. There's none of that. There's none of that
like hip hop, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like come on. Are we doing hip hop or not?
That's what I'm saying.
Let me talk my shit.
That's
man.
where you get attention from. People like drama. You know,
not a lot. Like I'd like to do 2% and 98%.
Yeah, what happened the other day? Haley, what's her face? Haley Bieber and fucking Selena Gomez. You see how that lit up the content? Nobody cares now.
Yeah, exactly. It only lasts like 2 days. Yeah, like, come on,
you know
guys.
What I'm saying? Like, let Kim Kardashian post another picture. People forget about it.
Nah, for real. Like, let me just talk about this right quick. Let me talk shit about Moneyland real quick. Moneyland Media.
It's calling you out. Talk your shit. That's what podcasts are for. Talk your shit.
No, I don't know how we got on that, but I think that was something.
That's cool. We're gonna. They need to clip that.
Yeah, they need to clip something else, man. Oh, man. No, but going back to us completing the entire picture, man. I'm glad that they popped onto the scene, if that makes sense. You know, it was like perfect timing.
Me as well.
Because we need it. And the way that they're again showing up, I'm glad that they're showing up that way.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
100%.
I don't know who it is, but I'm like, damn, they're killing it.
Especially the anonymous thing adds intriguiness, adds interest. They're doing it. They're doing it. I might get to the bottom of it. If it bothers me enough. If it's gonna be anything.
No, I like the anonymous thing too. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah,
let's just run with it, man.
That's why. That's the one thing I wish I would have done differently in my music career. Now I think about it, and that's why
anonymously.
I really wish I popped out. And dude, yeah, I came. They literally called me the bat out of hell at the studio because they said when I stepped on the scene, that's where like shit hit the fan. They were busy. That's when the trips happened. That's when all this happened.
Yeah.
It's because like,
well, you came on to the scene with a camera too, which adds a dynamic that most people,
that attitude, you know. I was throwing ideas, endless ideas, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Still am today. Literally, when we go you know, I'm about to talk about even when we're in our hotel rooms, right? And we just wake up after a long night of work. And as soon as he's lacing up his shoes and I step out of the shower, you know, and we're getting ready for another day of shooting, I will come out and be like, I have an idea. I'm not even kidding. Every day. You can even ask this guy. I walk out he looks at me like, oh, shit. Every day.
Because are they the one implementing it?
What do you mean?
The idea or you?
No, me. No, I wake up every day with a new idea, and then.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Does he say, "Oh shit," because he's the one that has to put it into action?
No. Oh yeah. No, 100%. He's like, great. Here's another thing we gotta do this, you know. And even, I mean, it's all. It's a
good thing.
I know it's a really.
I was gonna say, man, when you're just having fun, it's kind of like even with these guys with Element 14. You know, we're collaborating, co-creating with what we have going on. So they're here. They added 2 more cameras. They create a couple of other things so I can have different angles, blah blah blah. So it's just when you're having fun, you can't help but what about this, what about that, let's do this.
No, it's endless ideas. You can never go wrong with having too many ideas than having less ideas.
I don't think so. Yeah, exactly, man.
Never go wrong with that.
Yeah, keep talking ideas. That's the best thing. Dude, this went by fast.
Are we at the end? Oh no! Nope. I guess I'll see y'all next season.
We'll see y'all next season. Next year, I got some DMs about interviews, and I was like, 2024. I'm already booked. 2020. It's already over, man.
You have to check back on the success.
Well, was it you or who? Me? Was it you earlier, right?
What?
See, I'm already. Yeah, it had to be earlier about the different seasons. Doing the fall season.
I think you should
do that, man.
You should do spring, summer, fall, winter.
Yeah, okay.
Season like that. That's how. I'm a little anime nerd, and that's how anime kind of works. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Big time.
All that helps.
You can see that inside of the visuals, but yeah.
What do you think about, real quick, man, as we wind down, is there anybody else around here that could do a podcast or in your age bracket? You guys were talking about doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And okay.
It's somewhere there. It's somewhere inside of
Jay. That would be fun right now.
Somewhere inside Jay Studios archives. Now, I know that there's some people who do podcasts that would definitely do podcasts. But in the music space, though, I already have it. Thomas has to do it. You got to bring in Thomas. I think because he has a lot going on. And I mean that.
It's because I really long term, man. I want to have like 5 different podcasts under In the Loop.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? Like in terms of different like walks.
So one would be about like fashion, guys who are tapped into the fashion, like you with your $30,000 collection of sneakers that I can't relate to type shit, but it's part of the space.
It's $50K now, but
let's go, man.
I'm kidding.
But and then another one would be like news.
Yeah.
I
definitely think a person that you should talk to in terms of fashion would be Kayla.
Okay.
Kayla for sure. Kayla for sure. As
like if she so instead of me interviewing artists in regards to fashion, so like even you and Kaz and a couple of other people who have come in, I feel like we could have another conversation just 100%. About fashion.
100%.
That could last an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Like even in these interviews, I dig deep, but I'm only hitting as far as I could go.
Club owners is a good one too.
Who?
Club owners.
Who's that? What is it?
No, like club owners, like the owner of the LUX, the owner of the loaner.
Oh,
the owner of Red Zone.
Okay.
The owner of Sip House.
As a guest?
As guests.
Oh, bet. No, they're already on mine.
I think those people right there are definitely people you should talk to because every bar here is different vibes and stuff like that.
Oh, I dig.
You're gonna get a completely different conversation from Sip House versus Red Zone.
For sure. You know, even probably what they allow.
Yes.
You know, if that, you know.
Oh, for sure, especially the different status and the longevity.
But no, I'm more of asking of somebody that could maintain a podcast of their own, but under In the Loop.
Oh,
so it would be called something else,
like a host.
Yeah, another program that we can put. Because there's one that I'll say right now that I want. Somebody's already created the brand. I'm like, how the fuck did they? They're not doing anything with it, but I want to have one called like Icons Only. And
isn't that an NFT or something like that?
I don't know.
It's an NFT, bro.
But I want to have like an Icons Only podcast.
That'd be
like
cool.
Those that I absolutely believe. Because I believe, and you can tell me, give me an opinion. Oh shit, we're already 11. They close at 11. We're 2 minutes. Give me your opinion. I think that there's levels. There's rappers. There's artists. There's superstars. And then there's icons.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe that there is too. And I think that's how long you stay in the game, how big you do it.
Sure.
And obviously how long you do it, how great you do it, and how much you actually love the craft. How authentic are you?
Definitely.
To this? That's the difference.
Because sometimes somebody just wants to be a rapper.
Yeah. Oh,
they don't necessarily want to be an artist or do it. Like, let me go in the booth and produce something. I'm not trying to get on stage or go to tours.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's important to have a separate podcast. Like this is not to take away from anybody, but this is a general podcast. You know what I'm saying? I still believe in the people that I'm interviewing, and I think that there's another level. And then there's another one that I want to start with Spanish. You know, so
yes,
I want to do an In the Loop but Spanish version.
That'd be cool.
You know, because there's some Spanish artists out here that need some,
especially in the bandas over here.
Come on, man.
boy, you'll stay busy with that one.
But also, you know, people your age, man, 25 and under. So, anyway, we got to wind down because they're gonna kick us out. They close at 11. Holy shit, it went by fast. If you've joined us, first off, thanks for being patient with us kicking off 40 minutes late, man. I'm so sorry. We're using a new software. I missed one step. We got it though. Chris, thanks so much for joining me for the second time, man. Part 2. I feel like there's always much more to talk about. You had so much more that we could have covered. I'm just glad that we got you on here so that people could pay attention to you, man, and what you have going on. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your growth, man, over the last 2 years and what's happened. Shit is fire, man.
Well, it's all thanks to you.
And I'm really excited about this end of the series that I didn't know about that now I'm going to go watch and hopefully grasp. But that's what, again, I wanted some quick highlight was just the way that you're approaching your craft, man.
Yes.
You're doing it different and you're standing out. And I appreciate it just from a consumer standpoint, man. So is there anything that you want to leave the viewers with, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, just letting y'all know, next month we have a music video coming out for Vulnerable, so keep it locked on there. You'll find it at my YouTube channel, which is Chris Aguilar. Link in the description. Yes?
Yep.
Can we work on that?
Yep,
cool.
Yep.
And tour coming this summer, so keep it locked on my Instagram, which is Christopher Lee Aguilar on Instagram. Again,
exactly how it sounds.
That's Christopher Lee Aguilar. Yep, that'll be in the description below as well too. You could see when we're going to post our dates and when we're going to be going to your town or any city near you, which is going to be Lubbock on April 21st. So all my Raider people, we're going to see y'all there.
All right. Thanks for joining us. This was episode 10, season 3.
Sir.
Until next week, make sure you tell your family and friends. Thank you, baby.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it. Man, I feel bad that we started way hard.